Welcome to Podcast of All Podcasts. Enjoy best moments of podcast history. Mad Caddies with Falling Down. Conan O'Brien with Ron Funches.
I really am. It's just I'm trying to be
I don't
good
think
to
that's
people.
true at all. I don't think that's true at all. From the time that we spent together, this last week is one of the reasons why I felt closer to you was that I was like, oh, I think you have to be nice. I think sometimes you don't want to be as nice as you are, but you there's something in you that makes you be nice, and I have that in me as well. But I just see the way that you interact with fans after the show, and when you interact with comedians after the show, and there's just or the fact that we were laying on the flight and then you brought me a pillow, like, or you moved the little, no, you didn't, Brandy brought me a pillow, but you moved the little snacks that were blocking my feet so that I could rest a little bit.
Yeah,
and
I saw
was like,
it.
this is just a nice guy.
Oh, I am. I am a nice person. I'm being 100% honest right now. I am a nice person, and I credit a lot of that to my mom, and also probably somewhat to Catholicism. But she drilled into us, be nice, and I want to make people happy. But sometimes, if I think people are taking advantage of a situation, or if someone really screws me over or screws over someone I care about, I am capable of immense hatred.
Yeah.
And a hatred that lasts a lifetime.
That's two sides of a coin, though, right? It's like if you're able to be so nice and be so giving, there's always going to be that other side of you. I have that with me where because people are always like, you're so chill and you're so relaxed and you're nice to everybody, but I was like, yeah, but if you cross a certain line to me, it's just, I don't care. I'm not like, oh, I wish for your destruction or anything. It was just the feeling like, oh, you're dead to me, you mean nothing to me. And if I cut you out, I cut you out. And it's not, I don't know if that's, I think it's a good skill. It's been useful in the past, but sometimes I have to learn now. I think especially with relationships, I gotta learn to not be looking for reasons to cut people out.
We're out there are you in the dating world right now? You have a steady girlfriend?
I have a steady girlfriend. She's going to be coming with us on the second part of this trip. She's excited.
Oh, good. So I'll get to know her a little bit.
Yeah. She loves you a lot.
Should I question her about a lot of things?
Yeah, find out about her. If anything, tempt her to be like, hey, leave Ron and come be with me and my family.
And you want me to do that to test her?
Yeah, I want to test her resolve.
You know, the problem is I'm not the sexiest guy to dangle in front of.
She doesn't care much for that, I found out. I'm the sexiest guy.
Why did you just agree with what I put out?
Yeah, no, I do agree.
You had such an opportunity. You had such an opportunity to go like, Conan, no. But you just went, no. You said, no. She doesn't care about that. You'll be fine.
You are just much similar to myself, you are a non-traditional good-looking man. As in, like, if you were to ask people what were the features that most people want in a man, you don't really have them.
You know what's great? I could not agree with you more.
But you got a hodgepodge mixed together where people just are kind of like, it's like a Picasso where you're like, it looks what it's supposed to look like.
So you're thinking God, let's just say that there was a God, that created me, and he just said like, it's supposed to look like that.
Yes.
And then he moved on to like Ryan Gosling and got it right.
More like where he was like, I want to be able to keep an eye on this one, so I'm going to make sure I can see him from far away.
Okay. You're very honest. That's the other thing I noticed about.
Oh, because of the guitar thing?
Oh, God, that killed me. We were, I'll just tell people that are listening to us on tour just last week with Ron, and one of the other comics, James Veach, he got a new guitar and he was very excited about it, an acoustic guitar, and he was backstage. And I have an acoustic guitar. I always have a guitar around just because it calms me down. So we tuned up together just to test out his guitar, and we just both started playing something. We were wandering. The next thing I know, I think we were in a dressing room, and you were in there, and you were suddenly confronted by these two incredibly pale white guys with acoustic guitars singing folksy music.
Not my first time.
No. I immediately, to my credit,
yes,
saw the look on your face and knew, oh, we got to get the fuck out of here. So I left. I think James stuck around a little bit. But you then proceeded to go out on stage and talk about it to the audience, and it was hilarious. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, it was really fun. I mean, it was a fun experience because it was just me and Taylor Tomlinson backstage before you got back there, and James was just there with his new guitar, and he was tuning it up, and he was asking requests, and Taylor was trying to be sweet, and so she was just like, oh, I can't think of, she also was not having fun, and so she was just trying to be sweet, and she was like, I can't think of anything, and he was like, Ron, you got any requests? And I just go, you're good at this, but to be honest, this just makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I would do. I remember when our head writer, Mike Sweeney, who Mike Sweeney, years ago on the late night show, it was his first day at work, and he was about to leave for the day, and I stepped up to him with an acoustic guitar and started singing in his face. And he said he didn't know me well enough to know that I was doing it in a joking way to be annoying. He was horrified because there is nothing you can do in that situation. Yeah. When you're confronted by people playing their instrument, even if they're really good, and if you're a comedian, you can't sit there and go like, yeah, man, that's really good. Yeah,
it's pushed you in a bad position because especially if you don't know the person, you can just tune everything out. But if you know them at all, it becomes like they're your 3-year-old, and you have to sit there and be like, yeah, play me.
Well, you said a really funny thing on stage. I don't know if you'll. Are you comfortable repeating it?
I'm always comfortable.
Tell people what you said. You went on stage and you described.
I said that you force us to listen to you play guitar in the dressing room 30 minutes before the show, and that I don't fully understand, but now I get the gist of the women who had to deal with Louis C.K. went through. Because I just have to sit in the corner and be like, oh, well, you are diddling, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Diddling yourself something serious.
Well, audience really thought that was funny. I laughed, then went backstage and broke my guitar in half.
You know who really liked it was all the staff on the plane.
And they're like, good.
Finally.
Good. Let's talk about you. A very inspiring part of your life is that how long ago? About a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, you decided I'm gonna lose weight.
Yeah. So coming up, it'll be almost 3 years now. Almost 3 years now. It was around Thanksgiving 3 years ago. Yeah, when I was at my heaviest, when I was at like 360 pounds. And I've always been a heavy person and floating around 300. And then when I got an Undateable and got some money, I had a lot more options. And so I was able to just be like, all right, cheesecake for lunch and cheesesteak for dinner, and just ballooned up and put on another 50 pounds and was up to 360. And that's when we talked on the plane about how my mom she came to visit me and she was like, I don't like buying you clothes this big. And then Bill Lawrence on the show was like, hey, I noticed you in the gym the first season and then you come back second season and then look like it stuck. So if you want more tools about this and you need help, I'll hook you up with my trainer. And then Bill paid for the trainer for the first year and just supported me. And it was really
He's
cool.
a nice guy. He's a very nice guy.
I really liked it because, the character on the show was, when I got the role, was like, he's an overweight, like shy guy. And then he was just like, look, you're funny. Like, we don't need you to be this guy. You can just be yourself and be healthy, and that'll be fine.
And so you lost all this weight.
Yeah.
And you said
struggling.
You said you're still. I should probably point out to people you're drinking a glass of gravy.
It's the season.
I just never saw. Didn't know it came in cans. That's amazing.
Does. Yeah. It's a step above eggnog.
Yeah.
It's just
No, because it's funny because you said that you're still getting used to your new body.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because you told me to set up straight.
Yeah. I'm very. I'm always giving my son, telling him like, "Come on, your posture," and I saw you like slumped over at one point, and I just was kidding around, and I was like, "Come on, sit up straight, you." And you said, "Well, I'm getting used to my new body," and I thought, "Oh shit."
I just because again I was like, "Oh yeah, thank you," because it's just the truth. Like, it was one of the reasons why I started going to wrestling school for a little bit, was so I could throw my body around and figure out where it ends and begins. And even now, like when I go to work out and I'm doing sit-ups and my trainer goes to pick me up, I like reach back and like, try to brace myself as if I'm heavier, like I can't get up. And he's like,
right.
And he'll stop me. He'll go like, just get up. You can get up. You're not that heavy. Just get up. And I have to remember that.
And you've found it to be advantageous in your sex life.
Yeah, I can pick people up. I can go longer, and that's fun. But what's great
pick
about
people up? I don't pick people up.
Well,
what are you talking about?
You gotta have stronger arms.
No, it's not because I can't. I wouldn't know what to do. What does that mean? Pick them up.
Pick them up and carry them and place them on yourself.
Oh,
yeah.
That would never occur to me to do that.
Well, I was feeling adventurous for sure. It didn't last long. Put her down, but she was very excited about the time.
She liked that you could pick her up.
Yeah, she did.
David Blaine.
I learned how to do this, and I would just swim straight across, and that's where I started to develop an ability to hold my breath.
Wow.
But so back to my mom, yeah. So she was just, I could ask for nothing more amazing. She was the best gift that I could have had as a child, and she'd walk me through the park all the time, and even if I was late for school, like one time I was walking through the park and I was late, and she was walking me before she had to go to work. And I was like, Mom, look, there's King Kong. And instead of her saying, no, we're late, let's go, she said, where? You know, she engaged, right? So we walked all the way over, and it was just a log, tree that was down. But the idea that she let me imagine and believe and didn't want to stifle that's what made her so incredible.
How were you introduced to magic or magic tricks?
When I was about 5 years old, my mother gave me a deck of cards, and I would carry it everywhere that I went. It was like a treasure to me. And I would go to the library and wait for my mother to finish work and pick me up. And one of the librarians one day walked me through a simple book of magic, self-working stuff. And when my mother came and I did it to her and she went crazy, I became obsessed with doing magic and getting her reaction and then getting her friends' reactions. I never did it for the other kids because they would have been really difficult.
Brutal.
Yeah. So I was lucky I just did it to my mother's
That's a tough
friends.
crowd.
Yeah.
Did you want to be a magician from that point onward, or what did you think you were going to be when you were little? What did your mom think you were
When
going
I
to
was
be?
5, I said to my mom, I'm going to be a magician one day. And she went, that's amazing. And so
Incredible.
I believe.
So you stuck to the script, like you.
Yeah, stuck to it.
How has she affected how you live your life today?
I mean, I think she was so brave. She got sick when I was a teenager and fought cancer, and she fought without a complaint. She was very tough. But the way she approached suffering and death was almost like she was so graceful about it that I was curious, the suffering that she endured and how she found so much beauty out of it. I think that was like one of the sort of planted the seed to, what is there on this other side of enduring things that are...
And not viewing it as just a bad thing. And were you were with her when she passed?
Yeah, she died in my arm.
I can't even imagine.
That was I remember at that moment I felt like my body was like one big twig and it was like snapped. And I became really afraid to connect like that to anybody else.
How did, besides the putting the armor on or not wanting to necessarily connect in that way, did anything else change?
But I think also at that point, that's when I became fearless, because at that point, I felt like I had nothing to lose. Mm-hmm. So when I was 19 or 20 or something like that, I was at the airport and my bag was missing, and I saw a whole bunch of identical bags coming out, and there was all these guys dressed in identical jumpers, and I was like, I think you guys have one of my bags, because I have the exact same bag. It was a Toomey bag. They said, go ask him, knock on the window. And it was a limousine, a white limo parked out front with tinted windows. And I knock on the window and the thing rolls down and Mike Tyson's there with his fist up. He's like, you got a problem? And I was like, holy shit. No, Mike, you're like my favorite person. And I grew up, So he says, jump in. So I jump in the limo with him and we drive to the hotel he's staying at. And I'm doing magic to him, and it's amazing. And along the way, he says to me, I wasn't supposed to be the heavyweight champ. He's like, I wasn't tall enough, I didn't have long arms. He's like, but I had nothing to lose. And when you have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain. And I was kind of like, that was like another great piece of information from Mike Tyson.
So these types of encounters just blow my mind, because if I look at your chronology. So at 18, I think it was, and I don't know if this was a milestone or not, but I believe this is when you jumped a turnstile, got in some trouble for that?
Yeah.
Can you tell people about this?
I was doing magic in restaurants, and it started as a waiter where I would do magic, and then people wanted to come back and just see me doing magic, so I started walking up and down Park Avenue and trying to get different fancy restaurants to let me do magic to the people that were dining, and then they would tip me. As I started doing that, I started getting hired by wealthy New Yorkers to do their parties and things like that. One night I jumped over a turnstile, and that's when Giuliani was sweeping everybody. So I got locked up, but as I was going there, I kept breaking out of the cuffs for the cops, so they liked it.
Cops love that, by the way. I'm kidding.
They actually did.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
So I have to pause. So you're like, hey guys, these aren't working. I mean, how do they respond to that?
Yeah, no, they're all good. They know that I'm not really a threat, but so it's good.
Anyways, they know they just have to go through the motions.
Yeah, so I get put in central booking, and central booking is crazy. It's like everybody's in and out of Rikers, so it's like a tough room, and you're being moved from one cell to another, and there's like 40 guys in there, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. So the 4 biggest guys are sitting on the ground playing spades. So I walk up to them and grab the deck of cards from them, and I'm like, let me show you something. Like, they're ready to kill me.
Yeah.
And I start doing magic, and then what happened was they started to go crazy, and these are the toughest guys in the cell. So then the whole cell is around me, 30 guys or 20 some guys, all going crazy, and then the guards come in, and everybody was reacting to me doing like they were all going crazy together. And I was like, whoa. So these people on Park Avenue, these super powerful people, and then in prison, these guys, the reactions are so amazing and so similar. I want to show that. So that became the impetus for the first TV show, which was called Street Magic. You know the guys that do 3-card money, right?
Right.
All right, this is that game for you right now.
Not for me, bro.
No money. No money. It's to just pretend. Instead of 3 cards, you hold your fingers like this, so hold your fingers like this. Look, watch. This card, right? Remember diamonds. Forget ace, just diamonds. Hold it parallel. What card do you have?
What?
What card is that?
Can I look at it?
Yeah, but name it. Name it. What is it?
Ace diamond.
Diamonds, just diamonds. Look, show it to them, make sure it's all right.
Bingo.
All right,
bango.
show it to them too.
Bingo, bango.
Bingo, bango. Cool,
Yes.
man. Hold it like this. Look. Lower. Watch. This one, same thing. Just remember hearts. Forget ace, just
Right,
hearts.
right.
Watch this switch. Ready? See, I switched it. Look, I'll do it again. See it switch back. Just switch twice so quick you didn't see it.
Get off my shoe, homie.
Sorry.
You got to switch.
Yeah, switch twice. Look, I'll do it so you can see it. Look, here's the move. See how the borders line up?
Don't put it on the bottom.
Look,
Don't do that.
I'm
Don't do
teaching
it
you.
with
I know
your finger, man.
I'm teaching you right now. That's how I do it. Hold it tight, though, to make it impossible
I got it
now, because
tight.
you know the move. I have diamonds. Ready?
Right.
Without looking at it, what would you bet on, hearts or diamonds?
You bet- you got no money.
All right, but pretend bet. Would you bet hearts here or hearts here? Or could I impress you if the heart was on top, diamond was on bottom?
The heart's on top because you had the heart.
Turn your hand over.
Nope.
Go ahead, turn your hand over. Everybody thinks they're so different, but really there's also generalities among people. So you can really kind of look at a group and you can estimate which person's going to react a certain way. And you get better and better as it the more you do it.
Now,
It's kind of like what psychics do. Sorry to interrupt.
No.
Psychics, basically, when you walk in, they profile you right away, and they've done it so many times that they can kind of cold read what you do, where you're from, what you're looking for, whether you're skeptical, whether you're not. So it's like you just learn to read people.
read the cues.
Yeah.
What are some lines or approaches that you use when you just cold approach somebody?
There was a magician named Harvey Cohen that I used to love. He taught me so much, and he would approach people when he would do magic, and he would say he was very fumbly with the cards. But while he was fumbling cards, he was secretly like loading cards in your pocket, doing all this stuff. So he'd kind of approach with this non-approach. It wasn't like, look, I'm a magician, I'm going to amaze you. It was almost like he couldn't hold the cards, so you'd be like hoping that he was going to succeed. And then at the end, when you thought everything had gone wrong and there's 2 cards in your pocket and one on the, So it was like the approach that I always like to do in magic is the opposite of what a magician would do, because I always imagined if somebody could really do magic, they wouldn't really have big patter. They would kind of be fumbling, they'd say, look at this thing, and then just do something.
Right.
So that was always the approach, was simple. Simple and understated, I think, is the best approach.
At what point did you go to acting school? You did go to acting
Yeah,
school.
when I, with Brian Callen,
Brian.
who was amazing. I learned so much from him. He
How
was
did you
incredible.
decide to go to acting school?
Well, there's a famous quote that Orson Welles said, but it's from Robert Houdin, where he says, a magician is just an actor playing the part of a magician. So at that time, I was a close-up magician. There was really no business in it. There was no
Right.
way to make a living at it. So I figured I would study acting and take it seriously and maybe apply it to magic and see what happens. And it was a really valuable year, because what you learn in acting school is living truthfully in a given imaginary circumstance. So it's interesting, because when you apply that to magic, it's like, instead of these are just tricks, you kind of like almost believe what you're seeing on some level. Not believe it like, how'd I do that? But you kind of play into that as opposed to the silly pattern, the silly trick. And I feel like the magic comes to life that way. You know, it makes a performance more interesting. One of the best things Brian taught me there, he was an early mentor to me. One of the quotes that his dad gave to him is, always surround yourself with people that will inspire you or help you grow. And that was just a great piece of advice from him. I took that very seriously and pursued people that I looked up to or that I admired and tried to learn things from them. Since I didn't have really, you know, a father figure or anything like that.
Did you look for father figures kind of throughout that adolescent period, or was it more surrounding yourself with peers?
No, well, I mean, early on I would read about all the people I looked up to, and you know, that was kind of like my college, was finding people that did things that I was really amazed by and then learning as much as I could. And then what I started doing is I started finding all the books on Nobel Prize winners, and then in literature specifically, and then I would read what books they recommended, and then I would read the books that they recommended, then on the back of that book it would be what this book was influenced by. So I started going through lots of that stuff.
The original hyperlinks, bibliographies.
Yeah.
When did you start fasting, and why?
I've been obsessed with fasting since I was a kid, but I think it started when my mother gave me Siddhartha to read, the Hermann Hesse book, and I read it when I was 11 years old, and in it he fasts and he stands and he does these things where he sees the world in a different way, and he realizes that he can control his body and with his mind. So that was the beginning of the seed of the curiosity. And then loving the way you feel when you fast, how you, like, colors change, the blues become vibrant, you notice the sky, you become more emotional. So I took everything away, and it was incredible.
So the fasting, so Siddhartha is one of my favorite books.
Really?
Absolutely. And I remember...
Have any of you guys read that?
It's a short read.
It's amazing.
It's
Siddhartha,
a short read,
it's
and I remember at least in 2 instances, so he's trying to court this noble woman, I think she is, and he's also trying to get a job with a merchant at one point. And they ask him, because he's effectively at least acting the part of monk at the time, they say, well, what can you give? What can you do? And he said, I can think, I can wait, and I can fast.
Yeah.
And he talks about the value of not being beholden to food. And he says, for instance, if you asked me to work for you right now and I needed food, I'd have to say yes to whatever you offer me, because since I can fast, I can think about it more rationally. But I've done 7 and 10-day fasts. I've never gone as far as you have, but it's incredible when you click over from carbohydrate dependent to pulling on your fat stores. I mean, cognitively, everything changes. It's very, very interesting. It's hard to go, like, you can't go back to how it was before in terms of viewing food and so on.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
Totally different. Looking back over your stunts, all the magic, the endurance feats, which ended up being more dangerous than you expected or scarier than expected?
Probably the 44 days with the water fast in London in a box, because I think I went into mild organ failure and I had dropped a 33% BMI, which was well documented, but it was...
This is an Anthony Hopkins mix. I don't really know who produced it, but so enjoy it.
I'm fascinated by the dream world we live in, our dreaming, sleep dreaming, and that moment of pre-sleep when the subconscious mind whirls up. And my own personal feeling is that, and this is beyond religion or spirituality, is that this is all an illusion, Maya. Because my life has been such. Sitting here tonight, 40 years ago, I wanted to come to the Actors Studio. None of it makes any logical left-brain sense to me. There have been books written about it, Jung wrote about it, that there's something in us that we deeply understand, deep in our nature, deeper than anything we can even begin to comprehend. And that certain moments in our life we get little signals, little flashes. I had one moment when I decided to change my life. Little flashes that says, it's yours if you want it. And I don't know how that happens, but it's happened to me. So that's what I've tried to put into this movie about the dream-like nature of life.
What do you think happens?
I don't know. I think there's a superior consciousness in all of us that we touch into sometimes. I don't know if I believe in anything. I mean, I'm a deity, but I believe whatever that thing is that we talk about for centuries, I think it's just within us. I mean, remarkable things have happened in my life by just wishing or asking for something, for a bit of help. Yes, and I don't believe, I'm an agnostic, I guess. Is there any way you can help me, or whatever? And there's something inside us that will respond, I believe. I really believe that. We have to make our lives, because life is tough. We have to believe in the power of life.
My life in this acting game has just been one long drawn-out surprise. I'm surprised that I'm still here, for example. When I was a little kid, starting off in the YMCA Port Talbot, having no idea what I was going to do, because I didn't know what else to do. Sure beats working for a living. But I used to jump on the back of those double-decker buses and hold onto the white pole. I never wanted to go inside. I used to love swinging on the thing, you know, the wind in my face. And that's been a metaphor for my life in this business. There is no shortcut to happiness. You have to live your life, and if it hits you, fine. But it's a morality tale. When I was younger, I wanted to be famous. It all happened, and it doesn't feel any different. It's very pleasant, but I don't take it seriously. I take it all with a little grain of salt. We all sell ourselves to some degree, I think. I was told I sold my soul for Hollywood. Well, maybe that's true. I've been told that I sold out. Success doesn't necessarily bring you unhappiness. It can bring you a lot of happiness. It's relative. It depends how you handle it. And I think when you're younger, it's harder to handle. And as I've been around for some years, I think I've got a fairly good balance, but maybe that's pride talking. But I feel fairly balanced. I've been around the city block a few times, and you mellow out and you just don't take things too seriously. Do something new. You know, you can't stay in your comfort zone. That's what we all do. We get to a certain age, we all stay in our comfort zone with our recliners, watching television day in and day out. And when you get to a certain age, I'm going to be 70 at the end of the year, but I sit around watching television for the rest of my life because I've done it all, sitting on my laurel wreath. It's not worth it. I mean, life's so short. There's such glorious images in the world and such horror as well that I want to see it all. And so I've moved out of my comfort zone. It's essential for me. Otherwise, I may as well die. So I've done it. I've broken every rule in the book, and not out of malice or any telling anyone that I'll show you. I did it to show myself. I've shown myself. I looked in the mirror, I thought, I'll show you one day. And I've done something completely new. I wrote the music, and I feel limitless.
You know, anything with faith, you can move mountains, and trust and let go and all that sort of thing, you know, and I used to just throw myself into it. And then when the negatives came to my mind, I would, positive sounds in my head, you know, I'd say I can do it, you know, and I used to meditate and visualize myself doing it. And I used to visualize myself on like a kind of, try and visualize myself doing those sort of fanning cards and springing them, and gradually, surprising the power of mind, what happens, you know, your muscles begin to respond. It's like anything really, if you're playing the piano or driving a car, it comes through relaxation.
And not to take life on its face value, that it's all a mystery and it's an illusion, and that everything is random and there are no guarantees. And also, I don't know what to take. There's no message in it. I'm not meant to miss. It's also, I know people are getting a strange intuitive feeling about the nature of it because they're talking about the subconscious mind, the nature of memory and dreams. The whole thing is a dream. Everything in it is a dream. And I'm not sure where the reality is. But when you look at our own lives, we don't know if there's any, we don't know what reality is. We don't know what life is. We don't know what time is. We could be dreaming in this at this moment. We don't know. That's how asleep the human race is. So our whole history has been one of a slumber. And sometimes it takes a little bit of, I wanted to wake people up a little, just pull the rug. Say, oh, this is a movie. Now we sit there and go, what? That's what I want to do.
In your 79 plus years on this planet, is there a bit of wisdom that you can share with us that maybe something we wouldn't know because we've overlooked it, or something that you really, above all else, you think you've learned that you can share with us?
To keep going.
Keep going.
Never give up.
I think that's really good advice.
True. Never give up. Because, you know, the thing is, we get questions in our head and little voices that put us down when we were kids and all that. So I get over that. That's what I've had to do, is get over the, whatever troubles. And just, I carry a photograph of myself in my phone when I was a little boy. And I was a little confused kid, as we all were. And I look at him and I said, we did okay, kid. We did okay.
That's a very high-tech way of talking to yourself.
It reminds you deep down inside.
I like that.
Because life is tough, but you just got to get out of bed, get on and do it.
My grandfather always carried his own luggage and all of our luggage, too. And we were always like, what are you doing? Put that down. But now I realize, like, that's what it is, right?
That's what you got to do.
He kept going. Yeah.
You got to do it.
Cesar Millan. This guy's fucking great.
You're not passionate about something, and the journey's unreal that you end up with this TV show for a decade, written all these books, but at some point, is it accurate? You were living homeless?
When I came to America, yeah.
You were literally homeless. You sleep under a bridge, literally?
2 months, yeah.
2 months under a bridge. That's extraordinary.
You don't feel like a homeless. You feel like when you go to Europe and you're like sleeping in the hospital.
You're backpacking.
You're backpacking. You know what I mean? It's perception.
The thing about you and this perception thing, though, that I perceive about you, like right when I got out of my car, immediately was your energy. And it seems to me that it paints your outlook on life. Like, talk a little bit about how, even with dogs or humans, how you were telling me earlier that, like, in Mexico, they don't name their dogs, but they have a connection with their dogs.
Yeah.
But often in the U.S., you don't see that, and that's from an energy or connection perspective, right? How does energy work exactly to you?
Look.
Here we go. Classroom time, everybody on YouTube. This is awesome.
Look. So animal is energy. All animals know how you feel, no matter what species they are. Okay?
Okay.
No matter.
Walk up to a cow, they know how you feel. They sense your energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Squirrels, everything.
Okay.
The species is how you're gonna connect. So this is connection, and this is communication. This is nose, eyes, ears.
This is awesome.
Yeah. So because people want to communicate with a dog, you have to use nose, eyes, ears. Because people want to gain the trust, respect, and love of any animal, your energy is more important than how you communicate.
Okay.
Because there is people who are mute. That means they can verbally say anything. There is humans who are blind. That means they can never see the body language. Yeah. There is humans who are deaf. That means they can never hear the sound. But handicapped people connect with dogs, right? My clients, even though they're not handicapped, they make a dog unstable. Handicapped people make dogs normal. Normal people make dogs handicapped. Wow. So handicap is what? Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Anything can be handicapped.
Sure. Okay.
So why are you handicapped? Because your energy is not aligned.
Oh, brother, I like that.
You see it?
Yeah.
So that's how you end up becoming spiritually handicapped, emotionally handicapped, and mentally handicapped. Because your energy is not aligned. So you can't really have communication with you because you have negative energy inside of you, right? So if your energy is negative, it doesn't matter if you talk to you, why? It doesn't matter. But you have to understand, my energy is negative. How do I make it calm, confident, love, joy?
Confident, calm.
No, calm.
Calm, confident, love, joy.
Body, mind, heart, spirit.
Yes. Okay.
You see it?
So do you feel that humans are identical, correct? I mean, in humans, it seems to me, even like in sales courses or business courses often, I teach people this all the time, people are so caught up in the part that they're going to say or what people are going to hear and not enough about what people feel. Humans respond to how they feel as well, correct? On energy, yeah.
So your job, my job as a salesperson to an animal is to assess and evaluate.
Okay.
How do you feel right now? So past and future is irrelevant. How do you feel right now? So it's my job to assess and evaluate, right? So then who's best to tell me how that animal feels best? The instinctual side of me, not my brain, not my heart, not my spirit, my instinctual side. So you naturally, when you're little, you use your instinctual side to survive. Okay. Then you learn who to love, right? And then just your spirituality to believe. Yeah. So you're doing that. Okay, so but the first thing that moves is your instinct.
Absolutely.
So your instincts is immediately say, calm, be confident, love, joy. Ta, 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 ta. See, it just automatically is a program inside of you to stabilize yourself. So you are actually a much effective human to earth and to a pack if you start calm, confident, love, joy.
Calm, confident, love, joy.
Calm body, confident mind, loving heart, joyful moment.
Stay on that for a second with me, because I've learned so much from you about my incorrect approach when it comes to dogs.
Yeah.
I think I do a little better with humans,
Yeah.
but I don't do so good with dogs. And
Yeah,
one of the
because humans
reasons-
are audio, and they
Correct.
see like they can
Yeah.
benefit with you just by, hey, that guy's come here, so it has that intellectual winning.
In my case, it was like when I met you. With humans over my life, for some different circumstances in my life, I have learned to connect with humans and sense energy and try to transmit energy just by being present, by being instinctual, by thinking less, exactly what you've said. But when it's come to dogs, I haven't done that. Comes to dogs, I do the thing most people do. Would you show them it seems to me that your first approach when you're with a dog is calm, which is the complete opposite of what 99% of humans do when they interact with a dog, correct?
Yeah, but horse people do it right, as I mentioned you earlier,
can you
right?
explain that?
Horse people, when they teach a child to be around a horse, they put a lot of effort in making sure the kid is calm. Right? And they put a lot of effort in making sure the kid understand why that way with the horse. Because we want the horse to trust us. So it motivates the kid to actually go deeper into his already knowledge and be calm. Kids are naturally calm. Kids are naturally loving, and kids are naturally excited. Just like kids are naturally inclined to follow, play, and explore, right? They want to do that with their mind. They want to follow somebody, play with somebody, explore. But they're naturally inclined to be calm, to be loving, and to be joyful.
Yes.
So you're not teaching anything. You're just saying that part of you, we're going to bring it out with horse.
Yeah.
You see it? And then with dogs, people tell the kid, be joyful and approach, regardless how the dog feels. And if he bites you, we're going to blame him. That just made a kid completely confused. Because the kid is given a gift, but then he receives the wrong reaction. And then the humans, or the parents, or the grown-ups will immediately react in a panic way. And then the kids, okay, so I am bad. That dog is bad. And so dogs are bad. So it creates like a really negative memory, you know?
Do dogs respond to that calm thing because they in a pack, you follow stability?
Well, animals, like, because people love elephants.
Okay.
You know, they always attach elephant with the most intelligent species in the world. But they're instinctual, okay? So in the elephant world, it's not the male who leads, it's a female. So what kind of female leads a pack of elephants? The one who is the highest at a calm state, confident state.
Okay.
The male becomes too out of control. You see what I'm saying? So we are the only species that follow unstable leaders. So even the elephant world, who have allowed a female to lead the pack for hundreds of years before we politically decide that a female human can be a pack leader.
Got you.
You get it?
Yes.
So we have learned to believe that it's a male figure, regardless if it's unstable, that we must follow him. Only humans do that.
Oh my gosh, that
Only
is
human, you know what I mean? I'm not feminist, I'm not this, I'm not that.
understand.
I'm just saying energy is something the animals have been showing humans that is the first thing to focus. Not gender.
Yeah.
Not species.
Yeah.
You know, so have you seen relationships where a cat and a dog live and the cat takes the leader position? Yes. More and more on Instagram. And I love it because people get to see that a dog can have a relationship with a dog and the dog doesn't eat the dog. Why? Because the dog takes the leader position.
Got you.
So it's your responsibility to take the leader position as a parent. So calm, confident, love, joy.
Wow.
You see it?
Yeah.
So direction, protection, love is very important. But most parents do the same thing with dogs. Joy, love, no confidence.
That's a play it back piece right there, everybody, for being a leader and being a parent.
It's the same, by the way.
Yeah, it's exactly the same, brother. That's the brilliance.
It's a pack. You just said you just created a pack.
Yeah.
You know,
you told me that in the pack that there's multiple positions, but there's really like three main positions in a pack.
That's it.
And what are those three positions?
Back of the pack.
Okay, and these are, go ahead.
Back of the pack, middle of the pack, front of the pack.
And who are these personalities typically?
Well, it's sensitivity.
Okay.
It's based on sensitivity and strength, and just a happy-go-lucky energy. So the three energies in the animal world: calm, confident; happy-go-lucky; calm, surrender.
Okay.
You see it?
Yes.
So the calm surrender is going to be the most sensitive because it's in a surrender state.
Okay.
The calm confident is direction and protection. So they're always alert, always alert. That's their job. In the middle, they're just making sure everybody, you don't get too sensitive, you don't get too strong.
Got you.
It's like HR, human resources. That's what we have, a human resources and a pack of people with leaders and followers. We need a middleman.
Wow.
You see it? So instinctually, we should pick people with good humor for HR. You should not pick people who are bitter. You should not, people who don't have sensitivity, and definitely if they don't have happy-go-lucky energy, they shouldn't be HR.
Couldn't be an HR because that's the middle of the pack position.
Yeah, that's the one to make sure everybody gets along, the front and the back. This is your strongest energy. This is just a mediator.
I love it.
It's like you get a mediator in the legal world, and you can hire a mediator, but that is just providing an instinctual moment so energies can come in the middle.
Everyone's starting to figure out now why I told you I was so fascinated by his work, because as I'm hearing things, I'm obviously listening because as it applies to dogs and animals, but I'm really listening to how it applies as humans. And in my life, the leaders that I've been willing to follow them.
About last night with Adam Ray and Brad Williams with Jimmy O Yang. Jimmy O Yang. Fucking jeez.
I'm gonna forgive you for that because English is your fourth language.
Well, yeah, if you count all the dialects in Chinese, then it would be the fourth spoken language.
Wow.
Yeah.
When did you? So you got here when you were 13.
Yeah.
And first impressions of the States?
It was big and different, man. Like the food was different in Hong Kong. There's a lot of foot traffic. You just take public transport, much like New York.
Mm-hmm.
With LA, if you don't have a car, you can't go anywhere.
Right.
One of the first days.
And this was like before Uber, so it was.
Oh yeah, way before. And like one of the first days, my grandpa was already living here. One of the first days I was in America, he took us to his favorite American restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And we walked 45 minutes down La Cienega. I was like, what the fuck? He thought it was closer because usually he drives a car, but we're used to walking. So me and my dad and my grandfather, like 3 generations of Asian, walking down La Cienega to his favorite American restaurant. And finally we got there. It was an El Pollo Loco.
You know what though? But when you don't know,
it was delicious.
Yeah, I mean it's good food.
Yeah, but I didn't know like you can choose dark meat, white meat, corn tortilla, flour tortilla. That wasn't an option.
That was overwhelming.
Yeah, very overwhelming.
I mean, Subway's got to blow your fucking mind when you first go in.
Absolutely,
like
man.
19 different types of breads.
Everything is
50 meats that aren't even meat.
Yeah. And Pizza Hut is like a legit restaurant in China.
Yeah,
like a sit-down restaurant.
Yeah. When I went to China to do some shows there, I was in the airport in Shanghai, and I walked into a Pizza Hut, and it's like a sit-down. You get a napkin, you get some nice silverware. Like it's like a nice, like in China, if some guy goes to a girl like, "Hey, I'm taking you to Pizza Hut tonight," that girl's fucking him. Like that's
fucking.
Yeah.
The Pizza Hut is like the magic castle of China.
It's just
God.
like you are putting
Why?
out that night.
Is that
It's a classy place.
I mean,
in China.
I don't want to question greatness, but I mean, was it always like that, or was there a commercial with like some celebrity, like did David Beckham come over and be like, "I always liked Pizza Hut," and everyone was like, "Now we do too."
I think it's when okay, so when Americans or Western people, when they say let's go hang out, we go drink.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying we for both now.
Yeah.
No,
and then when Asian people, when we say let's go out, we go eat. So eating and going out eating is a big activity. So that's why I think Pizza Hut is more of a restaurant than a delivery place. I mean, they deliver also, but you can straight up get like a souffle and like a seafood pasta. There's a salad bar like Sizzlers, but like much better.
Jesus,
it's insane. And as someone from the States, you go over there and it just blows your mind.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
It's delicious too.
Yeah, and then
did people tell you like when you got here? Did you have anybody like other relatives or friends that just to give you some sort of like lay of the land or tour guide you a little bit to be?
Well, my tour guides were my grandparents.
Okay,
and they're old, and they're Chinese, way more Chinese than I am.
And I'm guessing not like super tapped into like what's hip and cool out here.
Like they know like the good Chinese restaurants in Chinatown or the West Side or something like that.
Like they weren't like, let's go to Jumbo's Clown Room on a Tuesday night.
No, I did not have a guy like that. I wish I knew you.
Yeah.
You know, I would have been going to Jumbo's Clown Room when I was in 8th grade.
And for those not in Los Angeles, Jumbo's Clown Room may be one of the more demented strip clubs.
Yay! You know what though?
In the country.
But I will say this:
it's fun.
It's burlesque.
Yeah,
and like, and it's a really intimate bar with the stage for the dancing. And I will say this: those dancers work fucking real hard, harder than like
real
strippers. Yes.
So they got moves.
Yeah, and they're physically some of the shit they do. I'm like, are you sure you shouldn't be playing professional soccer?
Yeah,
because you just bent your legs / vagina in a way that I think could stop a lot of penalty kicks.
Those girls are amazing. I used to go there a good amount because I used to live right down the street in Little Armenia.
Oh, nice.
For those who don't know, Thai Town and Little Armenia is right next to each other. And
so
Jumbo's Clown Room's in there.
So you didn't live in Chinatown. You lived in between two cultures that aren't huge fans of the Chinese.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Do they have beef with the Chinese?
Do they have beef?
I mean, no, they have like mushu pork. They have like a lot of things.
God.
Thank you. That's my best joke. I'm out.
Rich. Count it.
Yeah. So.
Your grandparents gave you a little. They at least went out of the way to take you. Yeah.
Yeah, they tried. My cousin lived here. They were born in America. So maybe, I don't know if they took me around. I really had to navigate my own way, in 8th grade and then going to high school here.
How was high school here?
It was cool. My dad used a fake address and I went to Beverly Hills High. So it was Beverly Hills High is a lot of foreign kids, a lot of Persian
very
kids.
Very diverse.
Even Jewish kids that were born in America, it's raised in a different cultural, with a different cultural value. So it's almost like I'm more comfortable with the outsiders, and it was cool. Some of my best friends are still Persian.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
They're still Persian?
Still Persian. They didn't change. They didn't change. Some of them, when they're 18, they become Mexican.
There's a lot of pre...
That's.
Yeah, knowing somebody pre-Persian is like, I feel real special. I love in your set on Arsenio Hall that you talked about adapting to like the verbiage of, cool hip America.
Right.
And not really knowing how to... I guess, were you saying that your English wasn't good at that point?
I mean, I didn't really know too much English. I learned it on paper.
Right.
Like how kids here would learn Spanish.
Okay.
But I never really had a conversation in English. So, at first, I just didn't know what's going on at all. Like the slangs, what's up, I didn't know what that meant.
Did it make you so apprehensive to even like have conversations? Because you're like, I don't want to seem real. Or were you just like,
I guess I was much younger. I was 13, so I didn't know better. And I was always kind of able to be funny just so I didn't get bullied.
No shit.
And then...
what would you do?
I just try to be a funny kid. Like I try to, even though I didn't understand too much English, I would like try to joke around or whatever. And I was fairly athletic for my size, so I didn't really get my ass kicked or anything. But I learned a lot of English by watching TV.
You said Snoop Dogg in the set, which was hilarious.
Snoop Dogg and BET Rap City, Comic View. When I saw,
my God.
First of all, I didn't know what stand up was because there wasn't a thing. Wasn't a thing.
Stand up isn't really like there's is there like Chinese
it's becoming
stand-ups?
Kind of like a niche thing,
right? I mean,
but back then when I was growing up
or
when my dad was growing up, it was just a 2-act. That was a thing, like almost a sketch live show with 2 people.
Oh, okay.
When they do some canned routines to a rhythm, but stand-up is not a thing. And so when I saw Comic View, first of all, I don't understand a word those guys are saying, and the accents they're saying it in, and also the slangs. It's very street,
right?
So I thought if I can understand this, I can understand anything. So I really started watching that, and I found it very interesting and funny.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, to this day, when I watch Bernie Mac's set from Def Comedy Jam,
I love it.
I have no idea what that guy's saying either, but his timing is just so fucking good that I'm cracking up the entire time. So yeah, you learned an advanced form of English that I didn't know.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so you could have talked more street than me at that point.
True. I was like a Chinese guy with a street accent.
What were some of the first like words and things you learned that you were like, okay, cool, this is I feel like
Well, it's also
in conversations that you felt comfortable in? Like, how long did it take for you to go? All right, cool. Now I feel like my English is on par enough.
They put me in those ESL classes for like 2 years. So in 8th grade, I was really just kind of like, sorry, I'm eating gummy bears. There's a trap. There's a bowl of gummy bears.
There's Adam has put a bowl of gummy bears in the apartment, and that's going to be gone by the end of this podcast.
Oh, for sure.
You know, I did it 2 other times, and then today I was just like, you know what? Jimmy seems like a gummy bear guy.
I am a gummy bear guy.
Wow.
We're going to make not hot dog gummy bears. Seriously,
really?
that's part of swag.
Holy
Really?
shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'll bring some.
I love how they're really and we'll definitely go into this later, but I love how they're really like focusing more on your character this season.
I know. I'm stoked about it, and that's great.
You're so good on the show, dude.
Thank you, man.
I mean, how did that come about? Because the show was a hit already, right, when you joined?
Not really. It was first season.
Okay,
so
yeah,
it was already a show. I was like, oh, Mike Judge with all these great comedians.
Dude, come on.
Yeah.
Everyone knew. It was like HBO, Mike Judge, that cast.
It's like, let's hope it's a big deal, and let's hope it gets a second season. But I joined first season just as a guest star.
Yeah.
Or even a co-star, like 2-3 lines for like 3 episodes, I think.
Yeah. And your character was kind of in and out, would say like a sentence, and then
literally.
TJ Miller would yell at him.
The whole first season, I think I had like 5 words, maybe.
Yeah.
And in 3 episodes, I got paid like, I don't know, the day rate, like $3,000.
Yeah.
And it would just always end with TJ Miller going, "Jin-yang!"
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Still, till today.
Yeah.
So and then second season, I had an offer to do a Yahoo series. And Yahoo was like, look, if you do our series, you can't do other premium platforms or online content.
Sometimes
which means HBO.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, what the fuck, dude? Like, and Yahoo's not planning to pay me a lot. And I'm like, it's Yahoo. That was like the first time trying to do a couple series.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, what are we going to do? And then my agent was smart enough to ask HBO. I was like, look, Yahoo's offering him like a series regular. Would you guys match the offer? I thought she was crazy at the time, but I guess they had some plans for my character to expand. And they're like, we can't let this guy go. So they signed me up on season 2, and I've been here ever since.
Oh my god!
Right? Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that crazy, dude?
American dream.
How many auditions had you been on until you booked that?
For Silicon Valley?
Just in Hollywood, like.
I have an audition log. I think it's about the 114th audition.
Wow.
Yeah.
That still doesn't sound like very money.
I know. For
I've
the
been
people
on
that's
thousands.
Not, I know.
And not gotten thousands.
Yeah.
So that's like, I mean, that's still a lot.
If you get 1 out of 50, that's good. Honestly.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, that's huge. And I just want people that either are just starting out in the business or not in the business to just take that into consideration. That's 113 times. And like we say, that's low. 113 times walking in thinking, all right, this is it. This is the thing. And then maybe you get a call back, but just hearing no that many times, and yet you still go back
But
in.
it just takes that one thing, man. And,
It really does.
Yeah.
When I auditioned for it, it's such a small part. It was the casting associate at the time. I think she's casting director now, Leslie Wu.
Dude, Wu's my girl.
Yeah, at Gina McCarthy's
Do you know
office.
I worked there?
Oh, yeah?
I interned at Gene McCarthy for 5 years, dude.
No way.
So
That's a
Jeannie,
great office.
Nicole, I mean, I literally started out doing just office work, and then I was running sessions, and then it became the guy I was reading for like the director sessions for,
That's
like
great.
for Getting with the Greek and for Getting Sarah Marshall. I went with Jason Segel and Russell Brand to San Diego to put Kristen Bell on tape for Forgetting Sarah Marshall because she was doing Veronica Mars down there. They're the shit, though. I mean, Nicole and Wu are...
They're great.
Wu and I were interns together when we started, and now she's like a baller there, you know?
Yeah, so she was a casting associate 3-4 years ago. And the casting director, Gina McCarthy, wasn't even there when I auditioned for my role. It was just on tape. I did it 1 take. That's it, because it's such a small role. And from that, it turned into this.
Dude, that is crazy.
Right?
That's what happened with Jaleel White on Family Matters. Small-ass role. He crushed it, and they were like...
Yeah, and Urkel, I heard, he was just a guest star, and then,
Yeah, that's Jaleel White's the guy that played Urkel.
Oh, I'm sorry. No,
That's
yeah,
okay.
that's what I was saying, yeah.
That's
wait, he just was on Silicon?
No.
You said, you were just...
Haley Joel Osment is
You were
on
just saying the
Silicon
story
this
I just said.
Yeah.
But you said Urkel. and
Wait. Haley Joel Osment is going to make an appearance?
Yeah. He's going to be in there.
I'm intrigued.
Is he going to see... I see tech people.
He's in the trailer. He's in the season trailer. Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's a great actor.
And I'm sure you can't reveal too much about his part.
I can't talk about his part, but he's in it.
But he's in it. That's all you need to know. And if you've seen, if you watched him in the Entourage movie, it was great. He's to say he's a great actor. It's like, yeah, of course. He's been in so much great stuff.
And a lot of times he's playing himself, but this he's not.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited to see it.
I want to know, when you get here at age 13, when does stand-up even enter your realm of consciousness? Like, when are you even aware about it?
It was literally like Comic View. It was funny
Learning
'cause-
English.
Yeah, I watched Comic View. I watched Kings of Comedy. I thought that was so funny. I still have the Kings of Comedy DVD.
Nice.
But when I watched like Comedy Central, those half hour, I never found them funny. I can never sit through one of them. It's too heady in a way, right? Whereas the urban comedy is much more just funny and entertaining.
Yeah.
So I always gravitated towards that, and never really thought that would be a thing until I just got bored after like in college, about to graduate. I had an econ major. I didn't want to do that.
This one is a special one. Enjoy. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Bruce Lee.
Quality-wise, I mean, I have to admit that it's not quite up to the standard. However, it is growing, and it is getting higher and higher and going toward that standard, than what I would term quality.
They say the secret of your success in that movie, The Big Boss, which was such a success, you rocketed you to stardom in Asia, was that you did your own fighting. As an expert in the various martial arts in China, what did you think of the fighting that you saw in the movies that you studied before you became a star?
Well, I mean, definitely in the beginning, I had no intention or whatsoever that what I was practicing and what I'm still practicing now would lead to this to begin with. But martial art has a very, very deep meaning as far as my life is concerned, because as an actor, as a martial artist, as a human being, all these I have learned from martial art.
Maybe for our audience who doesn't know what it means, you might explain exactly what you mean by martial art.
Right. Martial art include all the combative arts like karate or karate, judo, Chinese kung fu or Chinese boxing, whatever you call it. All those. You see, like Aikido, Korean, I can go on and on and on. But it's a combative form of fighting. I mean, it's not, some of them became sport, but some of them are still not. I mean, they use, for instance, kicking to the groin, jabbing fingers at the eyes and things like that.
No wonder you're successful in the Chinese movies. Are full of this kind of action anyway. They needed a guy like you could...
Violence, man.
So you didn't have to use a double when you moved into the motion picture world here. You did it all yourself.
Right.
Can you break 5 or 6 pieces of wood with your hand or your foot?
I'll probably break my hand and foot.
But tell me a little bit, you set up a school in Hollywood, didn't you, for people like James Garner and Steve McQueen and the others?
Yes.
Why would they want to learn Chinese martial art? Because of a movie role?
Not really. I mean, most of them, you see, to me, at least the way that when I teach it, all type of knowledge ultimately means self-knowledge. So therefore, they're coming in to, and ask me to teach them not so much of how to defend themselves or how to do somebody in, rather, they want to learn to express themselves through some movement, be it anger, be it determination, or whatsoever. So in other words, what I'm saying, therefore, is that he is paying me to show him, in combative form, the art of expressing the human body.
Which is acting, in a sense, isn't it?
Well...
Or it would be useful, too, for an actor to have
it's, I mean, it might sound too philosophical, but it's acting, or acting, unacting, if you...
You've lost me.
I have, right? So what I'm saying, actually, you see, I mean, it's a combination of both. I mean, here it is the natural instinct, and here is control. You are to combine the two in harmony. Not, if you have one to the extreme, you will be very unscientific. If you have another to the extreme, you become all of a sudden a mechanical man, no longer a human being. So it is a successful combination of both. So therefore, it is not only, so therefore it's not pure naturalness or unnaturalness. The ideal is unnatural naturalness or natural unnaturalness.
Yin yang, eh?
Right, man, that's it.
One of your students, James Coburn, played in a movie called Our Man Flint, in which he used karate. Is that what he learned from you?
He learned it after.
Oh,
after,
he went.
yeah.
After he played in Army.
Right. You see, actually, I do not teach, karate because I do not believe in styles anymore. I mean, I do not believe that there is such thing as like Chinese way of fighting or the Japanese way of fighting or whatever way of fighting, because unless human being have 3 arms and 4 legs, we will have a different form of fighting. But basically, we have only 2 hands and 2 feet. So styles tends to not only separate man, because they have their own doctrines, and then the doctrine became the gospel truth, that you cannot change, But if you do not have styles, if you just say, well, here I am, as a human being, how can I express myself totally and completely? Now, that way, you won't create a style, because style is a crystallization, I mean, that way, it's a process of continuing growth.
You talk about Chinese boxing. How does it differ from, say, our kind of boxing?
Well, first we use the feet.
That's
and then we use the elbow. And
use the thumb too?
You name it, man. We
use it all.
You have to, you see, because, I mean, that is the expression of the human body. I mean, everything, I mean, not just the hand. And when you're talking about combat, well, I mean, if it is a sport, now you're talking about something else. You have regulations, you have rules. But when you're talking about fighting as it is,
no rules.
With no rules.
Not real fighting.
Well, then, baby, you better train every part of your body. And when you do punch, now I'm leaning forward a little bit, hoping not to hurt any camera angle. I mean, you got to put the whole hip into it and snap it and get all your energy in there and make this into a weapon.
I don't want to tangle you in any dark that right now. You came at me pretty fast there. What is the difference between Chinese boxing and what we see these young men doing at 8 o'clock every morning on the rooftops in the parks called shadow boxing, which they're always...
Well, actually, you see, that is part of Chinese boxing.
It is.
There are so many schools.
Everybody
schools.
here seems to be, going like this all the time.
Well, that's good. I'm very glad. I'm very glad to see that, because at least somebody is caring for their own body, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good sign. Well, it's a kind of a slow form of exercise, which is called Tai Chi Chuan. I'm speaking Mandarin just now.
Yeah.
Cantonese, Tai Chi Kun, okay?
I see.
And it's more of an exercise for the elderly, not so much for the young.
Give me a demonstration. Show me. Can you do a little bit of it? Just. So
the hand-wise is very slow.
Oh, is it?
And you push it out, but all the time you are keeping the continuity going. Bending, stretching, everything, you just keep it moving.
It's like a ballet dancer there.
Yeah, it is. I mean, to them, you see, the idea is running water never grows stale. So you got to just keep on flowing.
Of all your students, famous, James Garner, Steve McQueen, Lee Marvin, James Coburn, Roman Polanski, which was the best, who adapted best to this Oriental form of exercise and defense?
Well, depending, okay? Now, as a fighter, Steve McQueen, now, he is good in that department because that son of a gun got the toughness in him.
Yeah, see it on the screen.
I mean, he would say, all right, baby, here I am, man. And he'll do it.
Yeah.
Now, James Coburn is a peace-loving man.
I met him.
Right? I mean, you've met him. I mean, he's really, really nice. I mean, super mellow and all that. I mean, now he appreciates the philosophical part of it. Therefore, his understanding of it is deeper than Steve. So it's really hard to say. You see what I'm saying now?
I see.
I mean, it's different. So that's, depending on what you see in it.
Interesting. We don't, in our world, and haven't since the days of the Greeks who did, combine philosophy and art with sport. But quite clearly, the Oriental attitude is that the three are facets of the same things.
Man, listen, you see, really, to me, ultimately, martial art means honestly expressing yourself. Now, it is very difficult to do. I mean, it is easy for me to put on a show and be cocky and be flooded with a cocky feeling and then feel like pretty cool and all that. Or I can make all kinds of phony things, you see what I mean? Blinded by it. Or I can show you some really fancy movement. But to express oneself honestly, not lying to oneself, and to express myself honestly, that, my friend, is very hard to do. And you have to train. You have to keep your reflexes so that when you want it, it's there. When you want to move, you're moving. And when you move, you are determined to move. Not taking 1 inch, not anything less than that. If I want to punch, I'm going to do it, man, and I'm going to do it, you see. So, I mean, so that is the type of thing you have to train yourself into it, to become one with the, you think?
Yeah, this is very un-Western, this attitude. I want to ask you about your movie and TV career, but first we'll take a break. Then I'll be back with Bruce Lee.
Thank you, folks, for listening. Tune in next week for more podcasts of all podcasts. Tom Waits, Chocolate Jesus.
Sunday, don't get on my knees to pray. Don't memorize the books of the Bible. Got my own special way. I know Jesus loves me, maybe just a little bit more. I fall down on my knees every Sunday at the Lee's candy store. Well, I've got to be a chocolate Jesus, make me feel good inside. Got to be a chocolate Jesus, keep me satisfied. Well, I don't want no apple, don't want no almond joy. There ain't nothing better suitable for this boy. Well, that's the only thing that can pick me up. It's better than a cup of gold. You see, only a chocolate Jesus will satisfy my soul. And it's whiskey in the shade. It's best to wrap your savior up in cellophane. It flows like the big muddy, but that's okay. Pour him over ice cream for a nice parfait. Well, it's got to be a chocolate Jesus, good enough for me. Got to be a chocolate Jesus, it's good enough for me. Well, it's got to be a chocolate Jesus, make me feel so good inside. Got to be a chocolate Jesus, keep me satisfied.